You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another compilation of pre-existing content, but I figured it would be a good idea to put all of the MXC discs in depth together into one supercut to have them all in one neat little package. Let's just jump right into it. I included some little bonuses at the end as well that were part of the original videos. I decided to leave those intact, but just tack them on at the end. Anyway, let's just jump in. Today I'm going to be looking at my MXC DVD collection. If you're unfamiliar with MXC, it is the American release of Takeshi's Castle, where they redubbed it and changed a bunch of the dialogue to make it a lot more comedic. It's got sort of a joke dub in the way that, like, Ghost Stories and Shin-Chan do, so it's very similar in concept to that. It's all very jokey, a lot of ad-libbed, like, just a bunch of ridiculous shit that they put in to be more comedic than the show originally was. As you can see, I have the first 3 DVD sets. There's a total of 5 DVD sets, which totals out to a release of 4 out of the 5 seasons on DVD. So first we'll take a look at Season 1, which is actually the only complete season of MXC to be released in one set. What I mean by that is all of the episodes are on here unedited in their original way that they aired, and it's not divided into 2 sets. So as you can see on the front of the case, we have what MXC stands for, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, and we have Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano. Vic Romano, of course, being Beat Takeshi's character, Count Takeshi, but of course in the dub he's Vic Romano. Again, they made up their own characters for the MXC version of it. There's some of the games within it. If you don't know, MXC is an obstacle course show, because again it's Takeshi's Castle, which is an obstacle course game show. Similar to the likes of Wipeout and stuff like that. This is Wall Buggers. I don't remember all of them. There's Log Drop, that's probably the most iconic one. That's typically at the end of an episode. That's Sinkers and Floaters. I don't recall what this one's called or that one. On the back we've got Guy Ledouche, which is probably my favorite character of MXC. And as you can see, it has all 13 episodes from the first season on 2 discs, loaded with the most outrageous bonus material. We've got some more of the games on the back. There's Door Jammers, again there's that roll thing, there's Log Drop again, and I think that's another angle of Wall Buggers where they swing in and hit the wall. It has multiple names within the show. MXC, aka Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, is the ultimate take on extreme sports competition. Each episode pits 2 teams competing in some of the funniest, most hazardous games ever conceived on television. Equally compelling is the hilarious rapid-fire commentary by hosts Vic Romano and Kenny Blankenship, Field Marshal Captain Tennille, and sideline reporter Guy Ledouche. There's Captain Tennille down there. He's another really good one. Then the special features, it has episode commentary on some of the episodes by several of the cast. It's got an original episode of Takeshi's Castle, specifically episode 93. Got MXC original sales presentation, and Kenny Blankenship's most painful eliminations of the season, because at the end of each episode they have his most painful eliminations of the episode. So for every season they have his most painful eliminations of the season. As you can see, it has a slipcase, and they look pretty much identical on the inside and outside of the slipcase, so there's not really much point in differentiating the two, because they are identical. Here's the episodes list. We have Meat Handlers versus Cartoon Voice Actors, aka Network Boss. We have Episode 2, Donors versus Addicts. Episode 3, Dairy Workers versus Automobile Workers, aka Cows versus Cars. Episode 4, we have Cops versus Cons. Then we have the Couples Show, Inventors versus Ex-Child Actors. Then there's the Takeshi's Castle episode, which is included on Disc 1. Then we have Episode 7, College Girls. Episode 8, Outdoorsmen versus Educators. Episode 9, Circus versus Airlines. Episode 10, Physical Fitness versus Music Industry. Episode 11, Fashion versus Religion. Episode 12, Adult Entertainment versus Home Improvement, aka Porn versus Construction. Episode 13, Gambling Industry versus Medical Professionals. Then we have the bonus material on Disc 2, which is the sales presentation and the most painful eliminations of the season. There's the discs themselves. As you can see, the designs are fairly simplistic, and we got Kenny and Vic in the background. Okay, now on to Season 2. This is the last one released as a season, and it's mostly complete. I say mostly for a reason we'll get to in a minute, but one of the episodes is actually not complete on this set. As you can see, they have several of the games there. I'm not going to go and try to name each one. And we got the same Kenny and Vic up there. There we have Kenny and Vic there. Let's keep coming with all 13 episodes from the second season. And then there's all that. Season 2 of the hit Spike television series, MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, offers up new comedy and disastrous spills. The hilarious cross between Mystery Science Theater 3000 and What's Up Tiger Lily brings competitors face to face for the ultimate take on extreme reality sports competition in the second season collection. Hosts Vic Romano and Kenny Blankenship entertain with their comedic commentary, while cohorts Captain Tennille and Guy Ledouche present their lively sideline reporting. And as you can see, this one also includes an original episode of Takeshi's Castle, episode 61 specifically. Then again, we have Kenny Blankenship's most painful eliminations of the season. And then we have behind the scenes of MXC. There's Captain Tennille again right there. Once again, the actual case is identical to the slipcase. And for the episodes, we have food service versus hobbyists, high-tech versus civil service, cable workers versus White House employees, reality versus animal lovers, toy and games versus office workers, beauty pageants versus military personnel, entrepreneurs versus hotel staff, former Olympians, entertainment media versus unions, industry versus trucking industry, financial industry versus alcohol industry, and here we have episode 12, Real Monsters versus Commercial Mascots. This is the one that was edited, because as you can see it says highlights. And right here it says it was edited from its broadcast version, which is unfortunate because they removed most of the episode. Removed all of the scenes with people in monster costumes, which was the majority of the episode. Reason for that is a lot of these monsters were movie monsters, which they didn't have the license for, so they couldn't include it on the DVD set. I did see the original version back when it aired, and I really liked that episode. So it's a damn shame that that is edited on this set. I mean, a highlight reel, quote-unquote, because, again, it's not highlights, it's just all the stuff they were allowed to include, is better than nothing, but, you know, I'd rather have the full episode, but whatever. Episode 13, Fast Food versus Aerospace, a.k.a. The Winter Show, and then Disc 2, we have Kenny Blankenship's Most Painful Eliminations, and Behind the Scenes of MXC. And as you can see, the discs themselves are pretty similar to the first set. Okay, now here we have Volume 3, because this is when they started changing it to volumes. I fucking hate it when shows do that, when they're like, Season 1, Season 2, then they do Volume 3. Now, as you can see, it says, you know, 13 episodes. It says MXC Volume 3 delivers hard hits and laughs in 13 episodes. So it is the same number of episodes, it's just Season 3 was longer than the other seasons. So Volume 3 actually contains the first half of Season 3, then Volume 4 contains the second half, and then Volume 5 is Season 4. Again, I don't have Volume 4 or 5. If I get them, I'll do another episode with those. Volume 3 of the hit Spike television series MXC Most Extreme Elimination Challenge offers up more comedy and disastrous spills. The hilarious cross between Mystery Science Theater 3000 and What's Up Tiger Lily brings competitors face to face for the ultimate take on extreme reality sports competition in this third volume collection. Hosts Vic Romano and Kenny Blankenship entertain with their comedic commentary, while cohorts Captain Tennille and Guy Ledouche present their lively sideline reporting. And as you can see, this one actually includes 2 episodes of Takeshi's Castle, episode 1 and episode 67. And then again, we have the most painful eliminations of the volume. Okay, so for episodes, we have Republicans versus Democrats versus third party, unemployed versus environmentalists, snack food industry versus print media, baby products industry versus paranormal, ventures and explorers versus dental industry, country kids versus city kids, and then we have the 2 episodes of Takeshi's Castle and the most painful eliminations, both included on Disc 1. Then we have Episode 7, Organized Crime and Weight Loss Industry, Episode 8, Novelty Gift Industry and Death Industry. Then we have Amusement Park Industry versus World's Oldest Profession, which I assume they mean prostitution. In fact, yes, it very clearly is prostitution if you look at the description there, so there you go. And then we have Oil Industry versus Makeover Industry, Film Industry versus Phobias, Romance Industry versus Firearm Industry, Hardware Industry versus Electronic Gaming. And then we have another original episode of Takeshi's Castle included on Disc 2. And once again, the actual discs themselves are pretty much the same as the other 2 sets. So I did MXC Volumes 1 through 3 already. So now we're going to take a look at Volumes 4 and 5, which is the remainder of what has been released on DVD. Volume 4 is Season 3, or at least the remainder of Season 3, and Volume 5 is Season 4. Unfortunately, Season 5 has never had a DVD release, and as you can see, they both do include an episode of the original Takeshi's Castle, and there's all the episodes there that are included. As you can see, the big old slip case is identical, essentially, to the inner case. But there's Volume 4, Disc 1, Volume 4, Disc 2, Volume 5, Disc 1, and Disc 2's holder is actually broken, so the person I bought it from sent it with this. So within this generic black DVD case is where the final disc is. In addition to that, I also have the German version of Takeshi's Castle, Volume 1. It says the original, so I don't know if it's in Japanese or German. Maybe Japanese, since it's the original. I don't know, I haven't watched it yet. But obviously it is in German. I'm not going to actually bother translating it. I know I did translate the Rocko's Modern Life one, but I'm not going to do that with this. And as you can see, it's in a similar state as the other one, meaning that the slipcase is identical, and it's also in a big black case like that one was. This also comes with a booklet, which we'll take a look at in a moment, as well as the 3 discs there. Now we'll take a closer look at the booklet. As you can see, it's got descriptions of the characters and such. There's the boy Takeshi. There's the Takeshi doll, which he had to use because he wasn't allowed to appear on TV for like 6 months after the Friday incident, which I've talked about on Takeshi Tuesdays before. There's General Tani, also known as Captain Tennille in MXC, obviously. And Takeshi himself is called Vic Romano in the MXC version. But there's Saburo Ishikura. I think that's the guy who is Kenny Blankenship. It's just a really weird picture of him where I can't tell. But I think that's who that's supposed to be. There's Ritter Chu, called Skanky in MXC. There's Strong Kakigo. I don't remember what they called him in MXC. Okaji Takubo. Michiru Joe. Then these are the games that they compete in, I believe. I believe this is just kind of showcasing all of the different obstacle courses and such. So there's like Great Wall, Labyrinth, and all of these. There's some more there, and the finale there. And then there's advertisements for volumes 2 and 3. MXC, aka Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, is the ultimate take on extreme sports competition. Each episode pits 2 teams competing in some of the funniest, most hazardous games ever conceived on television. Equally compelling is the hilarious rapid-fire commentary by hosts Vic Romano and Kenny Blankenship, Field Marshal Captain Tennille, and sideline reporter Guy Ledouche. Discotek has licensed MXC for the Blu-ray releases. Now, there's 4 episodes missing total from these 2 releases. However, I think those same episodes were missing on the DVDs as well to an extent, with one notable sort of exception, but we'll get to that in a minute. Post-editing Red Eye here, I forgot to mention the episodes that were missing from these sets. So I'm pretty sure the episodes that were missing is the Monster Special, which there is a version of on the DVD, but it's butchered, which we'll get to a little bit more later. I briefly mentioned it. MXC Live Mostly, which is an American-made episode that was the beginning of Season 3. That's also not on the DVDs. And then the 2 Best of MXC specials, which also are not on the DVDs. So, not really missing a whole lot of content. There's only one real, actual, true MXC episode missing. Although the MXC Live, Mostly, or whatever it's called, or Almost Live, whatever the hell it's called, the American one would have been interesting to have on the set. But nevertheless, the set is relatively complete. The best of ones I don't really care about. The Monster Special, it is lame that it's missing, and it doesn't even have the butchered versions the DVDs do. But what can you do? It's a pretty complete set. This is set 1, which has 51 episodes on it. There's the back of the case on that. And as you can see, the actual inner case is slightly different from the outer case. However, the backs are, in fact, identical. And there's the disc itself. And reading the back, we can see, remember what they always say, don't get eliminated. What are these people running from? They're not. They're running to the world's toughest game show in town, the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. Join Vic Romano and Kenny Blankenship in the Peanut Gallery as they preside over the wackiest competition known to man. Whether it's a leap of faith, a horse race gone out of control, or a swift kick in the nuts, these contestants have to face it all to claim victory. It's time to roll it back for an MXC Impact replay as this hysterical free-for-all goes flying into your Blu-ray player. This hard-hitting collection includes 51 episodes of the cult comedy game show in standard definition. So yeah, speaking of the standard definition, this is when Discotek does SD on BD, where they do standard definition Blu-rays, which just have a ton of episodes per set. I think it's a fine way to do it. Honestly, I just think it's great that they're actually re-releasing MXC. I mean, granted, I like having my old rare DVD sets that are out of print. But yeah, the standard definition is what these are, similar to what they did with Fist of the North Star and a few other things. Alright, now on to Set 2, which has 26 episodes. Again, much less than Set 1, but Set 1 did cover quite a lot of it. There's the back of the case on that. And again, similar layout difference with the cases. But again, the backs are in fact identical. And there's the disc itself. What are these people running from again? That's right, they're running to the world's toughest game show in town. The Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. Join Vic Romano, Kenny Blankenship, and the MXC crew as the wackiest competition known to man gets downright absurd. Be it a slimy obstacle course, raining boulders, or a sweaty dude in tight leather, These contestants have even more hurdles to clear if they want to win it all. Competition intensifies as MXC swoops in with another treasure trove of gut-busting impact replays. His sopping wet collection includes 26 episodes of the cult comedy game show in standard definition. Now, this actually includes Season 5, which had previously not had a physical release, so that's pretty fucking cool. Anyway, let's actually look at the contents of the discs. Okay, so now we're on to the actual contents of the discs. Go ahead and pop in disc 1 of Season 1. Okay, so we got this Magnolia Entertainment intro here. So Magnolia Home Entertainment, they're the ones who released MXC, obviously. Then we got the standard copyright warning, you know, FBI, who is this FBI and what are they trying to warn us about? The following interviews and commentaries are for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed therein are those of the individual speakers and do not represent the views and, well, there we blah blah blah. Standard stuff, you know.
Men want to be him. Women want to do him. Is it his physique, his technical style, and rugged good looks? No, it's his dedication to work out in the field. For LaDouche is not afraid to tackle the tough issues.
Admit it, you are totally hooked on drugs, right?
Yeah, and that's the questions you want to know.
Who gets to give Guy a lap dance?
Guy LaDouche, one of MXC's finest. Check your local listings to watch LaDouche in MXC, only on Spike.
Spike TV was the shit. They don't exist anymore, by the way. And then there's another Magnolia logo. Showbox. Isn't that pirating app? Which I would know nothing about, of course, but... What's this shit? I don't know. Some movie. I'm not saying shit is in it, I think it looks bad. I'm just saying, what is it? The Host! Oh, okay, I've seen parts of that movie. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen parts of it. That's the one with the weird sea monster, right? I'm not going to chime in too much with new commentary, but since then I actually have seen the entire movie The Host, and it's actually really good. Oh, is this, what is this? Yeah, I usually don't watch these trailers, but I'm being complete with this Discs in Depth, so... Looks like a knockoff Fast and the Furious. Even though I've never seen a single Fast and the Furious movie. Goes nuclear. And the lone cop sent to stop them needs one thing: a partner. Hopefully this isn't like copyrighted music. Let's mute this, yeah? That's probably a good idea. Hopefully I don't have to cut out any of this shit that I've been showing, but from the producers of Ong Bak and Transporter 2 comes... the future! Indeed. District B-13. Never fucking heard of it. It's probably not a very well-known movie, would be my guess, but, you know. Here's the menu. We got play all episodes, episode selection, and original episode Takeshi's Castle. We got these two talking up here. It'd be cool if there was like a thing that let you select Kenny and Vic when they said that.
Push my play button. Yeah, no, higher. Lower. Yeah, right there.
It's an episode selection.
Listen to the commentary. There's a real cool guy that does my voice.
As you can see, we've got commentary with the cast and crew there. Victor Wilson, Christopher Darga, John Cervenka, Mary Shear, Paula Beta, Peter Kayako, and Larry Strother. And then we have Wallbuggers there. It's episode 1, the meat handlers versus cartoon voice actors. Donors versus addicts we got here, and we got some games there. Next, we got the couple show and inventors versus child actors, and that's it.
Here we are.
So then we go into the original episode of Takeshi's Castle.
These are special features.
And there's the menu for it there. Let's go ahead and just kind of So you got English subtitles. There's an English announcer, huh? I don't think I've watched it with that.
Attack Takeshi Castle. This is the Zane game show Attack Takeshi Castle.
I like this I like this this guy. This what's it called? This announcer.
Writers all dedicated to the overthrow of Takeshi.
Because I've usually just watched it with the subtitles, but yeah, we don't want to get a copyright strike for this. I don't know how protective the rights holders to this may be. He's not announcing anymore. Does he only announce specific parts, kind of like Craig Charles does in the British version? But yeah, you get the idea. If you haven't seen Takeshi's Castle, that's a taste of what it is. Alright, so now we got in Disc 2. It's same Magnolia stuff. We're going to power through the stuff we've already seen. If it's the same trailers, we'll skip them. Okay, and then it's going, following commentary. It's not the opinion of Magnolia or TBS or any other involved entity, just the people saying it. And then here's the menu. Again, it's very similar. Episode selection, special features.
Hey, you're a hot chick. Push my button.
Let's see what the special features Disc 2 has.
Special features.
There's the original sales presentation. I think that's the thing that aired during the beginning. Let's just double check it. We're not going to play the whole thing, obviously, because...
What are these thousands of people running?
Oh, no, it's not. It's the ad for the show.
Defeated the greatest game show ever.
But yeah, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea.
Michigan. Who will survive this contest of skill?
That's Boulder Dash. That's Wall Buggers.
Because it's time for Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. And now here...
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Kenny, tell us the object of the game. Object.
You get the idea. Again, I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything, so...
Get through this course with their body parts intact.
But you get the idea.
The mascot says
There's Stinky.
play Wallbangers.
Get it on! Then more special features. We got Kenny Blankenship's top 25 painful eliminations of the season.
And here's Terry Pernod. She's a clown shoe. We sold her. You know what they say about clowns with big feet? Oh, yeah. Here's Ron Tussin. He was very impressed.
So yeah, they didn't even bother putting, comment, they didn't add in Kenny saying, for my number 25, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of a lazy bonus feature, in my opinion. I think they probably just took the top whatever from each episode, but whatever. But yeah, you get the idea. It's the painful eliminations of the season. Yeah. Okay, now we're on to Season 2, Disc 1, so let's go ahead and do this shit. The following preview has been approved for restricted audiences only by the Motion Pictures Association of America. Magnolia Pictures. Out of the darkness, something is ready. Is this the host again? Yeah, I think this is the host again. To start feeding. Yeah, this is the host. Again, I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've seen half of it. I think I had to go somewhere. Yeah, it's this weird, sea monster. It's a Korean movie. Oh, wait, what was that? What was this? Hello, members. Dial monster, then choose jump. Hold on, I want to see what that says. Hello, members. Dial monster. Fucking let me read it! Pause. Helio members. Dial monster, then choose jump to get exclusive videos and other host content. I don't know what that is. I assume it's to promote the movie. It's probably some defunct promotional thing. Magnolia Pictures. Dude, this music is my jam. It's like an old-ass fucking B-movie. It's pretty spoopy. It's gonna be a Western. This is interesting. It's a Western, alright, but it's an entirely Asian cast. What the fuck is this? I need to watch these ads more often. Looks really old, too. Huh. Riders of the Black Tiger. Well, there you go.
Hey, push my play button.
As you can see, it has the... Let's look at the episode selection menu. It's very similar to the other set.
Let's go.
You know, we got food service versus hobbyists, high-tech versus civil service, and cable TV versus White House. So, you know, you get the idea. It's like this kind of stuff, like, throughout the show.
What are these people running from? They're not.
And,
Yes.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I would have blown my brains out if I had to live in the olden days.
Indeed, Ken. Yes, today cable TV.
anyways, but, as you can see, yeah, like I said, you kind of get the gist of what MXC is. There's the rest of them. And then again, there's the original episode of Takeshi's Castle. Oh, fucking hell, the batteries keep falling out of this remote because the thing fell. Additional credits, let's take a look at that. Takeshi Gunden, that's the Takeshi army. I wouldn't want to fuck with them, especially when they got bats and other weapons, but yeah. Takeshi Gunden Sepia, and additional cast. I don't know what Takeshi Gunden Sepia is. Maybe it's a branch-off thing, but yeah. Something happened to the audio here. There we go. All of the opening stuff was the same, so I went ahead and skipped all that for you guys, but yeah.
Okay, that's not do with a push. It is for the viewer. They will make their selections, as you can see here, clearly.
And we have episode selections. We have entrepreneurs versus hotel staff, former Olympians, entertainment media versus unions, wedding industry and trucking industry. Next, we got financial versus alcohol, real monsters. Okay, so for comparison, let's look at the runtime of a regular episode. Let's do the financial industry just for comparison, right? And then we'll look at the runtime of the monster special highlights. Right, so here we have it pulled up. So 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes is a pretty standard length for an episode. Sometimes around 21 or 22, but yeah, 20 minutes is pretty standard. Let's look at the real monsters highlights with a billion quotation marks. This episode has been edited from broadcast version. Like, look, even the intro is fucking blacked out here.
Scariest competition in town. It's a special monster edition.
So, what's the runtime on this episode, you might be wondering?
So get fired up for MXC.
11 minutes. They cut out half the fucking episode. Which is a damn shame, because, again, this is one of my favorite episodes. Okay, and we saw what the top 25 most painful eliminations look at. Let's see if they put any more effort into it, though, and added in, like, additional stuff for this one, or if it's just like last time.
Now it's time for
Oh, good!
painful eliminations of the day.
Oh, no, they didn't.
And here's computerist Veronica.
So, again, they just reused clips from the actual episodes. Again, whatever, it's fine. It's a bonus feature, whatever. And we'll look at behind the scenes. Right, well, anyway. I think Firebrand is a copyrighted song. I've played it in Sergeant Friends before, but I've never gotten hit, but, you know.
Sounds easy, sounds fun, it is fun, but it's not easy.
And how long is this? I'm going to fast forward a little bit. There's 5 minutes of it. We're not going to watch the whole thing.
Still have my pre-op jump?
No, because I'm Jewish.
Oh, good bird. I'll tell the surgeons to only take a little off the top.
Ooh, wedgie.
I have a glass eye.
I lost my watch. I'm not touching myself.
But yeah, you get the kind of humor that MXC has.
Talk me into this. This is gonna be great. Woo! He has chosen you. I'll be brought up higher.
But yeah, there's the behind the scenes thing. There's a little bit of a look at that. Alright, now we're on to Volume 3, which again is the first half of Season 3, and is the last set that I own. We're on Disc 1 of that set now, and it's loading. Again, same Magnolia logo, same FBI warning, same disclaimer about the interviews being only the opinions of the interviewees.
All this work for what, Rick?
So I could be a partner someday.
Rick Robinson was going nowhere.
Again, I've never seen this movie before, so it's probably a more independent thing or whatever. But yeah, there's this ad.
Special delivery.
McAllister wants me to move his niece to his house in Los Angeles.
Odyssey
2,514.5 miles.
that will make or break.
A lot of these movies don't look very good, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like that Western one, Tears of the Black Tiger or whatever, looked kind of fun. And The Host is pretty good from what I've seen of it, but the rest of these look kind of bad. Yeah, like a lot of these seem like just painfully unfunny. Or is that Mila Kunis? It is Mila Kunis, there you go.
He likes me.
Moving McAllister, coming to theaters. From acclaimed director Johnny To. I think I saw Susumu Terajima as one of the people in there. I might be wrong. But I thought I saw him somewhere. So if so, then they got Michael Jordan in that movie. Michael Jordan himself, boys. This one looks alright. Like, I'd probably watch this one. Exiled. Oh, they got another trailer, eh?
You tell him I will go over there personally and count off his numbers.
Just take enough from the safe to pay Omar.
Right.
Give the rest.
Again, a lot of these seem just not good.
Trouble is,
Are you like Satan worship? You were not worthy to utter his name. But
Yeah, a lot of these just seem kind of bad.
code blue. Now what?
Another trailer, huh? Oh, this is 3 Spoopy 5 me. No one escapes the signal. Transmission begins.
Looking for amazing high-definition programming for your HD TV?
Not inordinately. Call your cable satellite provider. Again, as you can see, all these menus are kind of the same.
Yeah, no, higher. Nope. Get it on.
Then we got the episodes themselves. And there's the rest of them. Special features, let's take a look.
Hey, push my play button.
Shut up, Kenny.
Hey, look, these are special features.
So then there's Takeshi's Castle Episode 1. So that's pretty cool. Kenny Blankenship's most painful eliminations of Volume 3. You see, that doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as of the season, does it? We'll check it one... Well, since we've been looking at a lot of the others, we'll take a look at this. Non-credited talent. What does that mean? Is this going to be like the additional credits thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. Then, is the intro any different for the first episode, or is it exactly the same? It's exactly the same. Lovely. Again, we'll see if they put any additional effort into this, or if it's the same shit.
Time for Kenny Blankenship's painful eliminations of the game.
Yeah, it's the same kind of shit. Okay, on to the final disc of the group. I assume it's going to have the same intros as the previous disc, because that's kind of been a theme. And as you can see, the remote thing, that's my problem I'm having, is the batteries are falling out of here. So that's fun. I lost the cover just a couple days ago, and it's very frustrating. Okay, here we have the menu again. I skipped the samey stuff.
Okay, that's not you to push. It is for the viewer.
So special features, let's take a look at fucking battery.
Features.
So there's Takeshi's Castle, number 67. Which I assume is going to have the uncredited thing, additional credits rather. So again, there's that again. There's Takeshi Army, additional cast, whatever. Wait a minute, what? Why is Takeshi Kitano part of additional cast instead of part of the primary Takeshi Army? What the hell? Like, I guess it has him there, but, okay, whatever. Again, the intro's going to be the same, you know, same kind of stuff as the others. So, it's just more of Takeshi's Castle. Sorry, that's a fucking bad joke, and it's probably not that funny, but you know. It said flamingo. Whoa, uh-oh. If you're multicolored, that's cool too. Then there's the episodes: organized crime, weight loss, novelty gift versus death, amusement park, world's oldest profession, oil versus makeover. And, film industry, phobias, romance industry, firearm industry, footwear, and electronic gaming. Now, I went back to Season 1 because it's the only one that has episode commentary, so we're gonna go ahead and just listen to a sample of that. So we'll play just a little bit of episode 1 with commentary. We're not going to do a whole ton of it, but
All right, hello. We're back, and we're here with cast members Victor Wilson, Chris Darga, John Cervenka, and Mary Shear, and executive producers Paula Beta, Peter.
Let's go a little forward. Just, again, we don't want to do too much of the same.
Japanese game shows, nobody was doing that. Now there's like 10.
She's not wrong.
A friend who works in international syndication and formats who had tapes from all over the world.
Drug trafficking.
So, yes, drug trafficking.
But yeah, there's a little bit of the commentary there. Let's get a little bit more, and then we'll call it good, yeah?
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Went to the vault, took my idea, went to the vault, looked, and we were a little bit nervous about that.
And now you have Entourage. That just rehashes our jokes.
Here we have disc 1 of volume 4 of MXC, rather. There's the Magnolia Home Entertainment logo, which is the distributor, obviously. And I assume the Spike TV logo is going to come next, but I could be wrong. Nope, it's the FBI warning. FBI? Who is this FBI, and why do I keep using this joke? The following content is for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed therein are for the individual speakers and don't represent the distributor or all that shit. Are restricted. Let's see.
No, you're not listening. I'm driving on the 405 as we speak.
Hey, look, it's Robert De Niro.
5 minutes away. I'm driving right over the hill.
That's who that is, right?
Play by the rules.
I thought our last session went really well, didn't you?
We're running a little short on time.
Why can't we talk about it?
Next time.
I know time is up, but we're paying enough money. We can't stay 2 more minutes.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, I'm minimizing the amount of clips I show from this trailer for copyright reasons.
Tired? I don't want to. You're scared of him. I'm scared of all of them.
I went to Stanford.
That's a good school.
Well, there you go. What just happened? That's what that movie is called. And Bruce Willis plays himself in that. So there you go. Rated R. For strong, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Magnet.
Easter bunnies.
Magnet's the ones who distribute Takeshi's movies, so there you go.
On payroll year round.
This is a weird-looking fucking movie.
3.
Once again, cutting down on the clips just to be safe with copyright.
You know, Easter just used us, spit us out.
What the fuck is up with movies of the 2000s?
We were Easter bitch. Skills. Alright, look, no buying, no selling, no math, no heavy lifting, no talking to people.
Yeah, this is a weird-looking movie. There you go, Hank and Mike is what it's called. Another trailer. Rated R. Magnet again.
Bachelor tip number 31. When you know she's coming, spray some furniture polish over the door. When she comes in...
Is that the guy from American Pie and Dude, Where's My Car? This literally said, in a world, but I paused it before it did, so you're gonna have to take my word on it. Bachelor Man.
There's only one thing that could possibly stand in his way.
Woman, listen, I got an extra ticket for the Greek on Sunday. You want to go?
No, Bachelor Man must get his superpowers back.
Movies are weird. And another trailer, boys. Here it goes. Hey, you remember when James Rolfe tried to say DVDs didn't have as many trailers as Blu-rays? Well, I beg to differ. It was supposed to be the perfect weekend.
She looks alright.
Well, what do you want to do?
You're gonna fucking die here, Jack.
Get away from the glass.
Stay out of the tall grass. I don't know if that joke was funny. It probably wasn't. Is this a horror movie or a comedy? I think it's supposed to be a horror movie. Is this a killer porcupine movie? Because, like, people are getting hit with quills. Explosions. Chainsaws. It's called Splinter. Do you think it's about Master Splinter? Probably not, but... Holy shit! You see what I mean? DVDs have just as much fucking trailers as Blu-rays. I don't know what the hell James Rolfe was on about. I'm Dan Rather.
You're a satellite provider today to demand HDNet and HDNet movies. The reason HDTV was invented.
I don't know about that. We finally at the menu? Or is there more good, we're finally at the menu. So we got Play All, Episode Selections, and Takeshi's Castle. Okay, so now we're going to go to episode selections and take a look at that menu. CSI versus Kids Entertainment, Master Debaters, Carrie Edwards supporters versus Bush/Cheney supporters, okay. Waste Industry versus Advertising, Malcontents versus Baked Goods, Solicitations Malfactors. No, it's Felicitations, isn't it? Yeah, Felicitations Malfactors. I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formulary for... Fuck, I don't remember that whole Plankton quote, but yeah, there we go. Then we got these three, Mall Workers versus Telephone Company, Art versus Insurance, Seafood versus High Society. Now we're back at the main menu. We're going to take a look at the episode of Takeshi's Castle thing. It's probably just going to be like the other sets were, but you never know. Yep, there we go. There's the description there. If you want to read it, feel free. Oh, and it looks like that guy was not Kenny Blankenship. Kenny Blankenship's character was not in the booklet of the German one. Weird. Alright, on to disc 2. Let's see how different it is. So that thing is the same. Let's see here. FBI? FBI, open up. There's that warning again. Here's a trailer. If the trailers are the same, I'm going to forego them for this video, but hopefully they're different. Nope, they're the same. Well, here's the menu. I assume it's going to be much the same.
That's not for you to push.
Just episode selections. There's no special features, unfortunately, from the looks of it. We have Lumber Industry versus Broadcast News, Postal Service versus Motorsports, Courtroom versus Rodeo. Go down. This DVD player is making a lot of noise that I don't like. Go on. Next. And then Sportswomen versus Businesswomen, White Collar versus Blue Collar, and then Comics versus Personal Hygiene. Okay, we're on to Volume 5. Hopefully it's different enough. Go on, load. So same Magnolia logo. You know, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but there's a sushi place I like to go to, right? That's always showing MXC on the TVs in the background. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's see if this is any different. If not, we'll forgo them again. Nope, they're the same. That's fucking dumb. Come on, load. Making a lot of noise. I hit the menu button. There we go. I wonder if it's because it's in a big set. I wonder if the individual Volume 5 would have been different than the one in the set. Let me have a look at the episode selections again, though. Desperate Housewives versus Ultimate Fighters, Real Life Mafia versus Video Game Industry, Country Music versus James Bond, Hollywood's Jilted Wives versus Cheating Husbands, Vegas versus Sesame Street, TNA versus WWE, and Whack Pack versus Hollywood Rehabbers. All the same trailers again, of course, but now we're at the menu. And I didn't look at the Takeshi's Castle episode thing last time, but whatever. Just episode selections. Again, no bonus features other than the Takeshi's Castle episode, so kind of disappointing, but whatever. So I got Pro Athletes versus Supermodels, Celebrity Justice versus TV motorsport shows, Tough Guys versus Chick Flicks, Hip Hop versus Horror Movies, Mega Millionaires versus Where Are They Now, NASCAR versus Box Office Bombs. Alright, now we're on disc 1 of the German release. I remember somebody tried to tell me once that having a PAL DVD wouldn't work on my region-free player, but they're wrong, see? That's only true with VCRs and Laserdiscs. But, sounds like Ape Escape music. Wow, there were no ads. Just jump straight into it. Hell yeah, I like that. These German releasers know what's up. All right, we'll skim through the episode. We're not going to show all of it, obviously, but copyright. Some jamming fucking tunes, dude. We're going to fast forward, though. Well, we know it's in German now. The German language is so fascinating to me.
Hat jedoch nicht nur die Aufgabe, die Burg zu schützen. Takeshi ist vergnügungssüchtig. Er repariert das Spielgerät für die erste Etappe, die Grenzmauer.
Alright, I think we get the idea of how Takeshi's Castle works. Alright, disc 2 of the German set. Let's see if they just jump right in, too. So again, Kurt Media, film distribution. There's the warning, or the disclaimer, rather, probably saying that the interviews and whatnot are... Well, I don't know, because I don't know if there's interviews on this. I don't think there are. And it just jumps right in again. Again, these tunes are fucking jamming. I like it. So yeah, just the episodes and play all. I mean, fairly simplistic. We'll go to episode 8 for simplicity's sake. Fucking tunes are jamming. And they tell you which games are in it. That's good. Finale. Let's take a look at that.
Kommt es zur Entscheidung, ob die Mannschaft des Generals den Fürsten vertreiben kann.
Achtung!
Seine neueste Laborentwicklung zum Einsatz. Das Schiffe-Versenken-Spiel. Wer mit der Wasserpistole den Sensor am Gefährt
The fucking outfits they wear in this show.
Trifft ein Schuss.
If you don't know the finale, they always have a big face-off with the Count Takeshi. But again, copyright, so we're gonna be careful. Alright, final disc, boys. It's probably gonna jump right in, too, but maybe there'll be some special features. Who knows? This is turning out to be a much shorter episode than I had originally anticipated, though. So, no, there's no difference. So, you know, we could go theoretically here and it'd be like, you know, the Labyrinth game. Which I believe is the one that's called Door Jammers in the US. Yeah, there we go. So you get the idea. And there's the mushroom one, where they grab onto it and try to swing around. See, because they want to try and land on the platform. They have various versions of this, one with corn cobs and mushrooms and whatever, lots of stuff. On to the first set. As you can see, the PS4 that I'm using does in fact recognize the disc as MXC Most Extreme Elimination Challenge Collection 1. So let's just jump into it. Curiously, my PS4, I believe, will allow us to bypass the copyright, see? The program featured... Okay, well, as you can see, there's a disclaimer, which I didn't get to read. But basically, it's warning that this stuff has stuff that's considered offensive by today's standards and stuff like that. So, that's what that is. We got Neon Knights. So yeah, now my capture card, because I use a different splitter, it lets me capture it with the PS4 at least. So now I can actually do better quality rips of the stuff. And as you can see, it has the same menu audio, where, you know, you got the guy, where you got Kenny saying, you know, press my button, and then Vic commentating, like, you got that stuff. Now, as you can see, they got the episodes here. Now, this does not have the Monster Special, which would have been included in Season 2. Now, that was not fully included on the DVD either, but the DVD at least had a neutered version of it that severely trimmed it down and cut out a lot of the copyrighted stuff. But yeah, there's the episode list. 51 episodes.
Just press a button.
And then we got captions, so we got on or off. Pretty simple, but why does it have like a middle?
Yeah, no, higher. No, lower. Yeah!
What the hell? There's like a middle ground. What the hell does that mean?
Hey, if you're a hot chick, push my button.
Okay, no, it just takes a second to go over. Extras. Now,
Kenny, see what you did.
Unfortunately, as you can see, one thing that this does not include, that the DVDs did have, that actually make the DVDs better in one regard, the DVDs, every volume included one episode of the original Takeshi's Castle. This does not. So it's a bit lame, but it is true. Let's just pick a random episode. Let's do Hobbyist versus Food Service. Why not? I just picked one at random. As you can see, pretty, the standard quality you're used to with, you know, the DVDs, for instance. But again, I don't want to show too much because, you know, copyright. But there you go. That's the quality we're dealing with. And you can actually get a pretty good look at it because we're actually capturing it via the capture card. So that is one nifty little thing we're doing here with this one that sets it apart from the other ones. And when I do the supercut, unfortunately, I'm using the old versions where I film the TV instead of capturing it with either OBS and VLC or the capture card like this. But I don't want to have to redo those whole videos, so you'll have to bear with me on the supercut. Alright, so I'm actually splicing this in post. I figured I should probably at least take a look at the extras since this is supposed to be in-depth, right? So let's look at the original sales reel. As you can see, this is like VHS quality, this shit is. Because this is obviously, an older extra. This might have been on the DVDs, I don't recall. If it is, then we probably looked at it in the supercut as well. Again, we don't want to fucking have too much for copyright, but nevertheless, that's the original sales pitch. Or original sales reel. Let's look at behind the scenes. So you can see they got like nearly a 6-minute behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure this was on the DVDs, if I recall. So there we go. They got the writers. And they got the voice actors. All this stuff. Again, it's behind the scenes stuff. So there you go. There's that. Now let's look at most painful eliminations of the season. These were definitely on the DVDs as well. Which, these are just compilations from the season's most painful eliminations of the day. Interestingly, this removed the little painful eliminations of the day intro that the DVDs had on it. Which I thought was kind of stupid for it to have because it's supposed to be of the season, right? So I guess it makes sense that they kind of trimmed it a little bit there. I would imagine it's probably the same content as it is on the DVDs. And I assume that's the same for the others. There's the commentary, obviously, as well.
All right, hello. We're back, and we're here with cast members Victor Wilson, Chris.
There you go. There's the commentary. There you go. Just thought I'd throw a little bit of the specials features on here because this is supposed to be in-depth. Here's the second set. It recognizes the disc similarly, this time saying Collection 2. Let's just dive in. And again, we get no signal for a second. I'm going to read this as quick as I can. Can I pause it? Yes, I can. Perfect. The program featured on this Blu-ray contains certain scenes which may make some viewers uncomfortable. It is a product of the time when it was made and depicts prejudices, stereotypes, and problematic situations that were then commonly used in popular media. This program is being presented as originally created because to do otherwise would be the same as denying these prejudices ever existed. Again, fucking lame-ass thing to put here, this disclaimer. But at the very least, they didn't censor this shit, because if they did, I'd be really pissed off. Discotech Media, their partners, respective affiliates, and employees do not support or endorse the views expressed in this program. Viewer discretion advised. Again, the disclaimer is gay as fuck, but at least it allows us to get the thing uncensored, so whatever. All information on this disc, whether part of the program or bonus features, is for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Eastern Star, Discotech Media, or any associated entities, corporations, or individuals. Program may contain flashing images. Viewers with photosensitive epilepsy or other sensitivities to flashing light and colors should exercise caution. Now, as you can see, this one doesn't have any extras, which the first one only had like commentary and stuff.
For the viewer, they will make their selections, as you can see here clearly.
But yeah, we got all the episodes here.
Menu is designated. There are various buttons on their DVD controller.
And like I said, this one does in fact include Season 5. But yeah, having Season 5 on a DVD, or on a Blu-ray, is pretty cool, considering it didn't previously have a physical release. Because we had, Seasons 1 through 4, we had Season 1, Season 2, and then we had Volumes 3, 4, and 5, which Volume 3 was half of Season 3, Volume 4 was the second half of Season 3, and then Volume 5 was Season 4, because Season 3 was, like, absurdly long compared to the others. Yeah, not a whole lot of content. It is bare bones as far as extras, but that doesn't really matter because it's MXC all on 2 Blu-rays. That's pretty fucking cool. Next up we have some more I've added to my digital collection, and for once it's actually not on my Xbox. This time it's on my computer on my Amazon account. And so I went on Amazon and I bought the digital release of MXC Season 5, as Season 5 of MXC is currently the only season of MXC to not actually get a physical DVD release. So now I do own all of MXC because I have the first 4 seasons on DVD amongst the 5 DVD volumes because Season 3 was split in half. So yeah, that's my first ever Amazon digital purchase, and it does work. I checked it. Hopefully it doesn't ever get taken down before I get round to watching it. It's a bit frustrating that I had to use Amazon to buy it, but I really want to watch all of MXC again, so there you go. Lachen bis der Kimono plazet der Wolf, Libervoli, as Gelwavel folgen mit Takeshi und seinem erst wenn Berater Ishikura. Darunter Highlights war das Kinder-Special, Takeshi International und der Familien-Special. Tag für Tag muss sich first Takeshi ein der Ring erwähnen, da zusammen mit General Tani sein Burg eroben wollen. In 36 verschiedenen Spielen verfragt... You get the idea, I can't speak German. That does it for this Discs in Depth. Now just allow me to finish my purple flurp.
Right you are, Ken.